Hi everyone. Today we are launching something big, which is the capability to add agents inside flows. Previously, we've seen how we can build AI workflows in flows, and we've seen how we can build agents using natural language. And we've also seen how you can add flows as tools that agents can use. Today we are unlocking something much more bigger, which is adding agents. So you will see this new block. And on the surface level, it just looks like another option, but it fundamentally changes how you use Metaflow as an AI marketing platform, because we are moving away from just using AI workflows and AI agents to something closer to an AI marketing system or an agentic system, where agents and flows don't just automate tasks, but they are starting to interact one another. And you get to, build these workflows where there are multiple agents and you're starting to operate at a much higher level of abstraction, handing over more of the orchestration towards systems themselves. So before I jump into the demo, here's a quick context on how we got here, because it matters for understanding how to chunk tasks for automation and how to start designing AI marketing workflows. So what started out was automation workflows, which are linear workflows. So no-code automations like Zapier, Anytime gave everyone a way to stitch steps together. This meant automating predictable and repeatable processes, but still you were the one holding context. And then late 2022, LLMs entered the picture. People started adding OpenAPI calls into linear workflows, which made them smarter, but still they were quite rigid. You could only go so far before the workflow became bloated. So this meant you were still holding the context and you would pick which workflow to go after, and any new task that comes up, it meant building an entire workflow for it. And then came AI agents. Suddenly you could compress 50 workflows into a handful of role-based dynamic agents, much more powerful. They were autonomous, they could think on the fly, they could improvise, but you were the one still steering them. You held the direction, you held the context in your head, guiding the agent step by step, supervising their actions. And then there were a few smart moves in agentic systems, which was giving agents tools, or in Metaflow, we combined AI agents and AI flows. This is where, the first real bridge between just rigid systems and autonomous systems started to pick up pace, because you started to finally get the best of both worlds, meaning you had an autonomous system like an agent to handle a wide variety of tasks, but then you also got the reliability and deterministic nature of, battle tested workflows. So when you combine agents with workflows, you still operated at a much higher level, where you could let the agent think while the workflows that they were enabled with under the actual execution. So you get flexible yet reliable automation with agents and workflows. And now finally we have come to a spot where we are at multi-agent workflows, which pushes you one layer above. You're not just automating tasks, you're automating the automation itself. So with this system or with this setup, agents can now talk to one another, they can hand off outputs to one another, and they can also maintain context while you sit at a much higher level here and you don't have to actually move things across agents. And this turns Metaflow into a multi-agent marketing platform and not just a workflow tool. So let me just show you what that looks like. So here we have 3 agents: an SEO strategist agent, an SEO article writer agent, and a LinkedIn strategist or a LinkedIn ghostwriter. Each one is fully autonomous with its own memory, with its own set of tools and its own supporting workflows. As I hit run here, you're seeing the SEO agent. It's validating the search intent, keyword volume. It's looking at live SEO data and performing based on the tools or its availability. And then it passes on the structured context to the writer agent. The writer agent looks simple on the surface, but it's got a very deep set of instructions and a deep set of guidelines, and also a set of tools that are in the background for the writer agent to actually produce a draft that is of high quality. And then once the writer agent performs its task of coming up with a really detailed article that we requested, it's just going to pass on the complete draft to the LinkedIn ghostwriter, which again is a fully autonomous agent that's got very deep workflows behind it. And this autonomous agent is going to turn the article into a distribution ready content, right? So before this, I had to manually coordinate these steps. Now the system coordinates itself. And to be clear, these are simple blocks, right? I want to reiterate because each agent is backed by its own mini ecosystem of tools, workflows, memory, and a large context window. The SEO strategist, as I said, is pulling live data. The writer has access to several reference documents that is pulling in semantically pulling them, like using RAG. And then the strategist knows your brand voice, knows the channel rules. So on the surface, they may look like three, paper thin blocks, but they go really deep on the back end. They're really powerful content engines. So to recreate this on another tool would mean creating hundreds of different nodes, few different workflows, or thousands of lines of code on a Python or a Langflow. You're really looking at a large set of code bases because of the modularity of this code tool. You have agent flows and then the capability to add multiple agents. So this looks quite simple and easy to maintain. So multi-agent workflows give you a highly abstracted view of a very powerful engine on the back end. So you get to work at a meta layer, and then the system handles the heavy lift. So you're looking at things that matter to you while letting the details, rest of the background. So this is basically a small inbound team running on its own because each agent sits on top of well-tested workflows and tools, getting you deterministic outputs while still enjoying the flexibility of autonomous reasoning. It's the best of AI agents, the best of AI marketing workflows, and also the best of traditional automation. And what this unlocks for lean teams, growth leaders, and anyone who wants to scale output without scaling headcount is really huge. So multi-agent workflows are live today on Metaflow. We are excited to see what you build. If you have any questions along the way, we are here to help. Happy building.